down to less than 1 minute left till roller derby time, and I am Helsbelski, and I am here with
Bubble Wrap.
And we are going to announce the heck out of this last bout.
We're so pumped to be able to be here to help you with all the derby knowledge for this final amazing game at Uff Da Palooza 2018. Yay.
Not a soul up ahead and nothing behind. There's a desert in my blood and a storm in your eyes. Am I the king of nothing at all? And you're the queen of nothing at all. Will I remember the fight and I forget the pain? I got my hand in your pocket and my key in your chain. Am I the king of nothing at all? Then you're the queen of nothing at all.
All right, with less than 10 seconds left to our final game. Lined up here for South Shore, we have number 555, Heather Skelter, and number 515, Pixie Pop. You're gonna need that. I don't know, these are hard. And we're off. See Pixie Pop pushing in. And she's coming through. Push, push. And Pixie Pop from Cedar Valley is your lead jammer in the first jam.
Followed in a not too long distance by
555, Heather Skelter. And Pixie Pop calls it off.
She called it off before the jammer for the other team could call any points, so that's cool.
We want everyone to be fully aware this is our first time announcing. All right, up jamming for Cedar Valley, we have number 14, Swing, number 81, Killer Tofu for South Shore. All right. We see Schwing fighting through the blockers there from South Shore. Cedar Valley blockers are holding back, and we have Cedar Valley in the lead. Number 14, Schwing. We have Killer Tofu fighting her way through those Cedar Valley blockers, getting some wonderful
For the outside, takes a quick fall.
Here we go, and Killer Tofu is out. Killer Tofu is coming around. Schwing has called off the jam.
Good call given the situation.
I love you. This is going to be super entertaining.
If only
for us. All right. Lined up for Cedar Valley is number 777. Is that enough sevens? Rage Against the Machine. And number 3 from South Shore,
which is not on our list.
Tinosaurus Rex.
Okay, cool. It's on your list.
All right, and Cedar Valley is out. We have Rage Against the Machine as your lead jammer with Tinosaurus Rex closely on her heels.
Pack's a little spread out at this point.
Tinosaurus is in for a scoring pass. And we have a penalty for Cedar Valley.
Looks like both jammers successfully got through on scoring pass, so we are essentially at a 4-4 tie at this point for this jam.
Both of them are approaching the pack. And we have it called off by Cedar Valley. Coming up to the line from South Shore is 007 Shannon Ball.
And wait for it, number 515, which is Pixie Pop.
All right. And we see the blocking lines are lining up in front of the pivot line.
That's always fun. Never know what's going to happen when that happens.
And we see they backed up on those jammers. Pixie Pop is fighting through. And we have Shannon being pulled back and coming back through the pack.
And she is out as your lead jammer with not a lot of room to spare.
And Shannon is your lead jammer, followed closely by Pixie Pop. And Shannon has called off the jam.
Very wisely, I would say.
This has been an amazing 4 minutes. A fast derby, very smart derby, both teams playing very strategically.
And a grand total of 19 points.
Amazing. Amazing.
I can add.
You're a teacher. You should be able to add.
I'm an English teacher. Do not think too highly of me.
I think highly of all teachers. All right, lining up for South Shore. Number 555, Heather Skelter up against Pixie Pop. Pixie Pop is fighting her way through those South Shore blockers, as is Heather Skelter. Pixie Pop is your lead jammer.
And Heather Skelter gets backed up and will be approaching the pack again.
And Pixie Pop is working her way up to the South Shore blockers. We see some beautiful bridging happening here.
Yeah, both packs pretty spread out, but everybody seemed to have a good hold on their bridging for today.
And Pixie Pop is coming around to score. And we have a successful star pass. Pass to number 1031, Spooky Stackhouse. Smackhouse, I'm sorry.
And you did well.
I read those books, so I think of Sookie Stackhouse. Sorry. And I'm from the Midwest, so I apologize for everything.
I'm from Wisconsin. I say I'm sorry all the time. All right, we have
Number 8-1 from South Shore, which is Killer Tofu. And number 1-4, Shwing from Cedar Valley.
Which is fun to say.
It is. I'm a big Wayne's World fan.
1, 2, 3. Swing!
All right, Swing has been knocked out and is being drawn back by South Shore. Meanwhile, Killer Tofu is working her way through that pack. And Killer Tofu is your lead jammer.
Yes, out at the front in spectacular fashion.
All right, and we have Shwing through the pack coming up on a scoring pass. And Killer Tofu has called it off. We're only 7 minutes into the first half, and we have seen a lot of fast jams.
I feel like a lot has happened in the past 7 minutes.
All right, and we have an official review. Is that what I'm seeing? Yes.
Yes.
I see the
official
jam
review.
timer with the official review.
Oh.
And I believe it is South Shore who has called the official review.
It's hard to see from here.
While we're doing this, we'd like to thank some sponsors. 2018 Uff Da Palooza sponsors, we appreciate your support at Midstate.
Beyond appreciate. Let's be honest.
Chatterbox Bar here in Wausau, Wisconsin. Arbuckle's Eatery and Pub in Stevens Point, Wisconsin. Delicious both places. Bootleggers, fine food and spirits from Amherst Junction, Wisconsin. The Companion Shop supports sports in central Wisconsin and downtown Stevens Point. I buy my dog's treats from there. He loves them. Kristen's Riverwalk Bar and Grill, the home of our league meetings at Midstate. Digicopy, responsible for all the lovely posters, programs, and signage you see. Ski's Meat Market out of Stevens Point.
Yes.
Home of the Gummy Bear Brat.
But also many delicious brats.
Emmy J's Coffee, Studio House and Cafe.
So Blue wanted to have the official review to have the last 3 points awarded to the white jammer removed because they felt like they were awarded after the whistles called, but they confirmed that the points were awarded correctly, so call stands. They lose their official review.
Do you want me to announce that? Yeah.
Yeah, you can announce it.
All right. So the official review was that Blue wanted to have the last 3 points by the white jammer removed. That official review was not won, so white retains the 3 points.
And they will lose their official review, which means they lose a timeout. And we have a lead jammer, which is
777. Rage Against the Machine.
High five.
I won't do what you tell me. Sorry. And Rach calls it off.
Oh,
I can't help myself. I'm a 90s girl.
somebody gave these two Polacks microphones, and
That's
now
right.
here we are.
And we have a score, Cedar Valley 27, South Shore at 12. And we are into Jan 7. All right.
On the jam line, we have number 515 Pixie Pop going up against
81 Killer Tofu. A penalty box is clear. All blockers are on the track.
That's exciting.
And Killer Tofu is being drawn back. And your lead jammer is number 515 Pixie Pop. Killer Tofu is still fighting her way through the pack. And she is through. We see both jammers there. Pixie Pop is closing in on Killer Tofu. And the jam is called off. I like to talk a lot.
Oh, okay. I don't want you to feel like hard, but
As long as you don't care if I talk.
oh no.
All right. Up from South Shore, number 555, Heather Skelter, and number 14, Swing from Cedar Valley. And the penalty box is still clear.
Again, always exciting.
Yes. All right, we see Killer Tofu fighting her way in the back of a hard blocker line of Cedar Valley. Drawn back.
Pushed out, pulled back.
Meanwhile, Swing is working her way up past the South Shore
And
blockers.
she will be out the front as your lead jammer.
Swing. Sorry.
Never apologize for a Wayne's World reference.
And Killer Tofu is out and on her way around. Some offense played there by Cedar Valley's pivot, and the jam is called off. And we are happy you're enjoying your Sunday fun day here at Marathon Park in lovely Wausau, Wisconsin.
With Helsbelski
And Bubble Wrap.
Bubble Wrap.
And they are back up on the line. 007, Shannon Ball.
In addition, we have 777 Rage Against the Machine, and they are off.
All right. Rage has been hit out. Rage is coming back in after being drawn back by the South Shore blockers. And South Shore takes the lead. Number 007, Shannon Ball. Coming in for her scoring pass. Rage is still fighting her way through the pack. And she's up against two blockers.
And through, I won't say unopposed, but
Got some recycling happening there. And number 777 is up there. And we have a penalty on South Shore.
direction of
Sending
play,
one
if
blocker to
I'm
the
not
box.
mistaken.
And South Shore has hit out. Cedar Valley's jammer has drawn her back. And Shannon is still making her way through scoring passes for South Shore.
This is one of those what you call defensive battles.
Yeah. There's a lot of defense happening, and I see so much offense going in there too. One or two getting sent up. And the jam is called. We have one South Shore blocker in the box. She is standing.
And we are looking at an overall score of Cedar Valley 36 to South Shore 21. So as Derby goes, a relatively close game.
Both teams fighting valiantly.
Like a boss.
Like a big boss. Like a crime boss. Sorry.
Oh, he gave us
Right.
microphones.
We have
And
1024 El Capitan jamming for South Shore. And number 515 Pixie Pop coming through on Cedar Valley. And now we have both jammers out of the pack.
we have what you call a jammer's battle.
South Shore
here.
is lead. And South Shore. Pixie Pop has been hit out and is coming behind the pack. And El Capitan calls off the jam.
Like you do.
Like you do. All right. We are in jam number 11 at
And
Uff Da Palooza 2018.
final game.
The final
Awesome
countdown.
game. We have number 1-4, and that would be
Swing.
Swing.
Against 81, Killer Tofu. All right. South Shore has a penalty, sending their pivot to the box. And Swing is out of the pack. Killer Tofu is still fighting through on her initial.
She got pulled back quite a few. She got hit out and backed up quite a few feet.
Quite a few, like 2 tree, maybe 2 tree.
Maybe 2 tree feet, I don't know. A couple, maybe 2 tree.
Couple, maybe 2 tree. Swing's coming back through. Killer Tofu is still working on getting her way through that pack, fighting against a strong line of blockers from Cedar Valley.
Okay, well, maybe we should announce the next 2 like we're really from Central Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And Swing has been hit out and being drawn back.
Okay, right. Yeah, well, you know, like, it's something.
And here comes Killer Tofu making her way through. And we hear laughter on the track. It's always a good thing to hear laughter on the track. A hard-fought jam.
And some fun.
And some fun. Up next, we have 1024 El Capitan.
Up against 515 Pixie Pop.
And right now, the penalty box is clear. All blockers are on the track and willing and able to help out their jammers.
As a blocker, that's wonderful.
It is. It's always nice to have like a full line of blockers on the track. And speaking as a jammer, it's super awesome because they can block for you and do defense and then give you some O.
And speaking as someone who would never jam, even if like begged to do so, it's easier to do your job when you have all of your coworkers there with you.
That's right. Pixie Pop out.
Out again.
Grand Slam. And we have a panty pass. Number 1031, Spooky Smackhouse has taken the panty. I'm sorry.
She is
the helmet cover.
Yep.
And has completed a star pass.
You can say panty. I won't yell at you.
Okay. Sorry. Or I could call it a hat.
No. Because you are not Lolly.
Jammy Jam hat.
Jammy Jam hat.
Jammy Jam
hat. Also
hat.
known as the panty.
All right. We are halfway through the first period of the final game of Uff Da Palooza.
We have number 777, Rage Against the Machine, up against
007, Shannon Ball. Both of these teams, and
paddle leads to
lead jam status goes to
number 777, Rage Against the Machine.
I won't do what you tell me.
I won't do what you tell me.
All right, and coming out on her initial is number 007, Shannon Ball. And we have a power jam.
Rage Against the Machine is going to spend 30 seconds in the penalty box.
Oh, no we don't.
Oh.
And Rage Machine is back in the game. We didn't see everything that happened there, but she's back.
There was a happening.
South Shore has a blocker in the box. Their pivot. And Rach is coming in. And we have Shannon Ball
on the outside for some points.
We don't know what happened there. All right, lining up, number 3 from South Shore Tinosaurus Rex against number 1-4
Swing.
from Cedar Valley. Right now we have the pivot standing in the box from South Shore and an official review.
We are going to officially review some things, and we'll get right back to you.
So at this time, we'd like to continue thanking our sponsors. John R. Hartman of Contemporary Photography, who has done the wonderful team photo for Mid-State Sisters of Skate.
He even made me look okay, which is kind of saying something. Let's be honest.
Hey, we all look awesome when John takes our pictures and uses Photoshop. Head Case Salon out of Stevens Point, Wisconsin. LeBry, Pure and Natural from Megan McDonald, also a Mid-State Sisters of Skate skater.
That's Meigs.
MG Pilates. I'm going to be honest, I am a true Pilates convert. I threw out my back last year,
Yeah.
and I now do private Pilates once a week, and it has strengthened my core, my back, but yet my stomach keeps expanding.
And yet.
I call
Okay.
that age.
Well, that's age, but that's also like there is so much delicious food to eat in this world.
Right?
And why would you not eat it?
Hanneman Express. I've eaten out of that food truck all weekend.
Oh, sweet
Cobb
vegetable
Poppers
juice.
had
Yes.
amazing popcorn. I bought 4 bags at this point.
Yeah, yeah.
We had Rocky's Pizza and breadsticks, which I did
Right.
eat as well.
And this is the problem. In the world, there is so much good food to eat. How do you choose?
You don't. You eat it all.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
And then you're us.
Yeah, eating all the food. All right, moving on to the next sponsor, Ticket King. We buy and sell tickets out. It's a Wisconsin-based company. North Branch Embroidery. A lot of the amazing merchandise that you have seen at Mid-State's booth or on our skaters is from North Branch.
Please
Point
go
area-
buy it. It's great.
Oh, well, we shut that down a little bit. Point Area Bicycle Service. Johnny Pabs is keeping us in wheels, helmets, and skates. Spectra Print. They have donated our posters for the last couple years. It's expensive to print things, and they have been phenomenal at donating their services to
Yeah.
make beautiful posters for us.
Like, you don't realize how much you can spend printing a poster, but it's apparently quite a bit, and he has donated, and it's been great.
And we have been informed the roughing crew is discussing safety with the track being a little moist, which I'm
Moist.
sorry to use that word.
Moist.
Sorry. Condensated. All right, they're discussing safety about the track. We won't try to use words to describe it.
So I could give you a whole
No.
treatise on concrete and how it sweats, but I won't. But suffice it to
We'll go
say,
back to thanking sponsors.
under certain circumstances, it can be slick.
And Stevens Point Animal Hospital of Stevens Point, Wisconsin, another sponsor of Uff Da Palooza, as well as the Coffee Studio at Main Street, Stevens Point. And finally, the Village Hive Bakery and Local Foods Collective out of Amherst, Wisconsin, who, by the way, have amazing pies.
Yeah.
Breads?
So, like, I don't know if you can tell by looking at me, but I enjoy baked goods. And they make some really good baked goods. So, if you're ever happening to be in Amherst, you should stop in and buy a pie.
Yes. What I like about the Village Hive is that they're a food cooperative, so they have an OSHA-approved kitchen, so people can come in, bake, cook, and make foods and sell it to anybody because they are in a food-safe kitchen.
Yeah, it allows community members who otherwise may not have access to a commercial kitchen to get in there and make things that the rest of us can really enjoy.
We'd also like to thank our medical staff, Tracy the trainer, everybody big woo,
Yeah,
and
Tracy.
Michelle Hitt,
And Michelle.
both rock star superstars of Mid-State Sisters of Skate.
And they look good doing it.
And Anita I said Michelle Hitt, I'm sorry. Anita Band-Aid, Michelle Hitt, and Tracy the trainer, as well as all of our people who have helped with the warm-up track, including Angela from Fox Cities, filling in on a quick pinch for us, Sam
Like you.
Borowski, Devil's Child, who is recovering,
She
and
is.
Alex. We've had people being all the medical.
Yeah.
We're filling. Don't ask me. All right, let's throw some music on. ready for this?
Don't you wanna go for a ride? Just keep your hands inside.
And your announcing staff has been given hats.
New hats.
Life is like a
Not
Are we
jammer
squid?
hats. Not pivot hats.
No. Are we squids now?
like an anchor dream.
We're
I don't know. We're some manner of aquatic animal.
What are we?
And I'm steady, but I'm
Aquatic animals.
and I don't know how much more I can
I love how Star Slammer is just drying the track.
now. Everybody get down. This is all I can take. This is how a heart breaks. You take a hit now. You feel it break down. Make you stay wide awake. This is how a heart breaks. Don't you wanna go for a ride down to the other side? Feel
Hey,
so
bubble
good
wrap.
to cry.
Yeah?
Now won't
Who do you
what I
appreciate?
told you?
Everybody?
Okay, but specifically, I appreciate Star Slammer because she is
Rocking a pizza towel. And look at Eddie Lizard out there. Rocking a yellow towel. Sorry.
like I have wiped up
And I'm sorry, but
condensation in my life, but not with that much pizzazz.
Look at that lateral movement happening and front movement.
That's why we appreciate her as a teammate. She has lateral movement, back and forth, back and forth.
One thing I have to say about roller derby in general, and I'm going to turn this down slightly for that. It's
Yeah,
such a all hands on deck. Everybody is trying to help each other out. Everybody who's helping this game, our weekend, we appreciate you. We really do. We have officials out there helping with the track. We have skaters out there helping with the track. Park staff, other members of other leagues.
Yeah,
Roller
so
derby is truly a sport. We're all trying to help each other
I
out.
don't know if everyone have noticed, but it's a little warm and it's a little humid.
And we get to play.
Yay!
Sorry.
We have number 14 Schwing up against
Number 3, Tinosaurus Rex. I got it.
You're a Hero.
This hat is really hot.
My head is a little warm.
All right, and South Shore is out with lead. Number 3, Tinosaurus Rex is your lead jammer.
And it looks like we are looking at a power jam situation, and Tinosaurus Rex is out
It's
with
out.
5 points.
And we have number 14, Schwing is out of the penalty box. Schwing. Coming up. Oh. And Tinosaurus Rex has called off the jam. We have number 10, Farrell's in charge, going to the box. Stepping up to that jammer line is number 515, Pixie Pop,
Pixie
from
Pop.
Cedar Valley.
And number 5, Heather Skelter.
That took you a little while. Whatever, you can hit me if you want.
Talking is hard.
And the blocking members are
Ooh.
up by the pivot line.
That's
Pixie
fun.
Pop makes her way past her blocking line and is engaging.
Oh, and pops out the
And-
front.
Is through. And we have a South Shore blocker going to the box.
Calls it off before her opponent can score any points.
All right, so we have 007 Shannon Ball lining up for South Shore.
Against number 777, Reach Against the Machine.
I won't do what you tell me. Oh. And we have 3 blockers lining up for Cedar Valley with 2 from South Shore. Rach is engaging
Little
with them
slim
and
in
is
the
through
blocker
pack
core.
with the South Shore jammer right next to her.
essentially a dead heat. We'll see what happens here.
Cedar Valley has gotten their blocker out of the box, as well as a South Shore blocker out of the box. And we have Cedar Valley's pivot making their way to the box.
Making her way to the box for a forearm penalty.
Rachel against the machine is your lead jammer from Cedar Valley.
Jammer from Circle City
And she
approaching
is
the
out.
back.
And South Shore has snuck by.
And she's
Timeout called by Cedar Valley.
Yeah, the Circle City Jammer scored some points before the jam was called off.
All right, let's talk about some international WFTDA playoffs and championships.
Okay, so we're not that great. You and me.
Well, I can talk about it. Do you want me to talk about it? What do you
No,
want?
I'm saying like as far as skating goes.
Oh.
We're not at this level.
Yeah, we're talking about like champs, Division 1.
Champs.
So we have some WFTDA Continental Cups, and they are serving member leagues ranked below the annual determination for the playoffs. And that's all we can tell you in that timeout.
Because it was not long.
All right, we have 9 minutes and 29 seconds left in the first period of Cedar Valley and South Shore.
And
Lining
we have
up.
number 515 Pixie Pop going up against number 3 Tinosaurus Rex.
Tinosaurus Rex! I just like to say that.
It's great.
You need to hold your microphone up more.
Okay.
Yeah. It's too far away otherwise.
Sorry.
I'm teaching Belsky proper microphone techniques. All right, we have Pixie
yeah.
Pop caught behind a line of blockers, with Tinosaurus Rex fighting her way through, and Pixie Pop has made her way through as your lead jammer. Tinosaurus Rex has made her track cut. South Shore's jammer will be going to the penalty box. Cedar Valley is now on a power jam.
As a blocker, that's what you want to hear.
If someone's on a power jam?
That you're on a power jam.
Oh, yeah, if it's your
Right.
team.
Yeah. Like, cool, I'll just hang out for a while. That's fine.
And Pixie Pop has made her way through with a grand slam. Boo! Boo! South Shore has a blocker to the box. And Cedar Valley has a blocker to the box. South Shore blocker came out of the box.
But Pixie Pop worked her way through.
And South Shore's jammer fighting her back through. Tinosaurus Rex in the back of the pack. Pixie Pop through another pass.
She snuck her way through on the inside.
Successful panty pass to number 8-1 from South Shore. Killer Tofu is your jammer for South Shore.
Pixie Pop calling her off before any points can be scored.
And South Shore is coming back to the track. While we're waiting for the meeting in the middle of all the awesome minds that are our tournament officials.
The meaning of the
We'd also like to
mind.
thank our Marathon Park and recreational staff, Joe and his team.
How can we thank them? I don't even know.
Did we give him a t-shirt?
Maybe.
And we always tell him how much we love their support of roller derby.
Word.
All right. We have number 555, Heather Skelter, lining
Going
up for South Shore.
Against number 14, Schwing.
Swing.
Schwing.
Cedar Valley has 3 blockers on the track. South Shore has 4. Both jammers fighting their way through. Cedar Valley has a blocker going in the box, but Schwing has made her way out of the pack and is your lead jammer. Heather Skelter has made her way out. We have 2 blockers from Cedar Valley on the track.
And we're losing another Cedar Valley.
All right.
Circle City blocker.
Some fast-paced derby happening here. We have 2 blockers from each team, 1 blocker from each team in the box. Starting out with number 7, 8, 9, H-Face Killa as South Shore's jammer.
And number 777, Rage Against the Machine for Cedar Valley Roller Derby.
Each team fielding 3 blockers. We have Rage fighting against the 3 wall in the back, and we have H-Face Killa is your lead jammer, followed closely behind by Rage Against the Machine.
In a relative dead heat, but one team obviously is going to start out further in the pack than others. So, here we go.
Ooh, a nice little hip movement there. And we have a new lineup coming.
And we'll be looking at 2 points for Cedar Valley and 0 for
Hey,
South Shore.
joining us at the announcer table is Star Slammer, the queen of the pizza towel cleaning up of the track.
But she ran away and she won't do an interview. Come here, Star. Yep. Hey, girl.
Hey, girl, hey. And she doesn't want to talk. All right, number 007, Shannon Ball, South Shore against 515.
Which is
Pixie Pop.
Pixie Pop.
You should know these by now.
But I don't. Numbers are hard.
That was actually English, because I read the number.
Words in general are hard.
All right, Pixie Pop is your lead jammer, followed by 007.
In not too far of a distance.
What's happening? All right, lining up number 789, H-Face Killa against 14.
Swing!
See, you remembered that. H-Face Killa is through and up against Cedar Valley. All right,
we're
and
losing
South
a Circuit
Shore
City
jammer is
blocker
going
to
to
the
the
jam.
box. Cedar Valley is on a power jam. White Jammer is now in the box from Cedar Valley. We're joined by one of their blocking mates.
So now we're playing dueling jammers.
Now South Shore is on a power jam. What are you singing? All right, South Shore's jammer and Cedar Valley's jammer is back on the track. Number 14, Swing. Ooh, this killer was drawn back, but quickly makes her way up to the pack. It's kind of hard to see from over here. And she's through. We have 14, Swing. We have no lead jammer, so this jam will go until its completion.
Oh, those are fun.
One of my favorite things as a jammer is to jam for 2 minutes straight as the lead jammer.
Yeah.
I'm kidding, but I do it. As does Star Slammer.
Yeah, girl.
And Swing is being drawn back by South Shore as H-Face Killa comes around the track. Both jammers fighting their way through a full 2-minute jam.
And Schwing getting backed up.
And we have completed that jam.
That was 2 minutes of awesome.
It was 2 minutes of awesome. These are 2 teams of awesome, finishing up a whole weekend of awesome.
A whole bunch of awesome.
They are both awesoming all over the track.
So much awesome.
Everything is awesome.
Who let us announce?
All right, South Shore has 555 Heather Skelter against 777 Rach
777.
against the machine.
What you said. I was trying.
Ditto.
Yeah. What you said.
Now both jammers are going to the box simultaneously, which means they will be released within a few seconds of each other.
These are those fun derby scenarios where you aren't quite sure what you've prepared for, but here it is.
It happens.
It happened, and yeah.
And we will have another 2-minute jam. Since both jammers went to the penalty box.
There will be no lead jammer because both jammers have been to the box, and if you go to the box, you cannot be a lead jammer.
Fun fact, these squid hats are super hot but adorable.
Yeah, my brain is warm.
All right. Coming up, both jammers coming their way into the pack. We have one blocker, a pivot from South Shore in the box. And Heather Skelter is out on a scoring pass and coming around for another. Rage Against the Machine made her way out, 777 up there, coming through. 36 seconds left in the jam.
Got a few blockers in and out, but overall, for a 2-minute jam, everything is kind of okay. Everything is awesome when you're part of a team.
I had to readjust my squid hat. And both teams fighting to get their way through this final 2-minute jam in the first period. All right. Period 1 has ended. We are moving into a 15-minute half here at Uff Da Palooza 2018 with Cedar Valley at 111 points and South Shore Roller Girls at 82 points. This is still anyone's game. And there's another whole half to happen of awesome.
Everything is awesome.
Everything is awesome when you're part of a team.
High five. Sorry, we suck.
And there's a reason they put us here on the final game.
No one wants to hear the Polacks.
That's true.
But you know what? If anybody can spell both of our last names.
I'll give them money.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, if you can spell my name and her name, last names, we'll give you money. Our team doesn't count.
If you can spell both Biadish and Shabilski,
we'll give you some money.
And you're not originally from Poland, we will give you money.
And you can't be from Mid-State either.
No, not from our team.
So, while we're thinking about that, I want to give an update. The Penny Wars closed at 5 p.m. this evening, and unfortunately we were not able to count out the final monies. So your lovely bubble wrap will be going to the bank tomorrow, and we'll have that all sorted out, and we will announce the winners for all the bragging rights tomorrow, Tuesday morning at the latest, so that we know which team is victorious.
On the internet, so you should probably find yourself an internet.
And check the Facebook.
And get on the Facebook machine.
And you'll see who wins. Last year, our Penny War winner was Circle City. They came in at negative 74 cents, which was the winning amount.
Right.
And this morning when we came in, it was Chippewa Valley Roller Derby at a penny as our lead one, with the NSOs and reffing crew being in second place.
But honestly, the NSO reffing crew has been the most active.
Yeah. They're
I would say that, though I did see Circle City dump what can only be described as a metric dupa-ton.
A dupa-ton.
Using the word dupa because we're both Polish.
Right.
A metric dupa-ton of pennies.
They were very strategic. They literally
were.
asked, what is the strategy? I'm like, it closes at 5 p.m. They came at 4:59.
Yeah, they came in and just like dumped them, and I watched, and I'm like, huh. Well, there we go.
All right, I'm going to turn some music on, and we're going to take a break.
Well, because we're so awesome.
We are awesome. Is there still music playing on here? Oh, you're supposed to turn the volume up.
I'm lifting up my voice to say you're the hottest girl in the world today. The way you shake, you got me losing my mind. You're banging like a speaker box. Turn around, the party stops. Universal lady, let me take you away. I can speak Spanish, Japanese, or French. The way that body talking definitely makes sense.
Not working hard. Yeah, right, picture that with a Kodak. Or better yet, go to Times Square, take a picture of me with a Kodak. Took my life from negative to positive, I just want y'all to know that. And tonight, let's enjoy life. Pitbull, Naya, Neo, that's right.
I want all of you tonight. Give me everything tonight. For all we know, we might not get tomorrow. Let's do it tonight. Let's do it tonight. Grab somebody sexy, tell them, hey, give me everything tonight. Give me everything tonight. Give me everything tonight. Give me everything tonight.
Take advantage of the night, cause tomorrow I'm off to do battle, perform for a princess. But tonight, I can make you my queen and make love to you endless. It's insane the way the name growing, money keep flowing. Hustlers moving silent, so I'm tiptoeing. So keep blowing, I got it locked up like Lindsay Lohan. Put it on my life, baby. I'm gonna get you right, baby. Can't promise tomorrow, but I promise tonight. Excuse me, and I might drink a little more than I should tonight. And I might take you home with me if I could tonight. And baby, I'ma make you feel so good tonight. Cause we might not get tomorrow.
Tonight, I want all of you tonight. Give me everything tonight. For all we know, we might not get tomorrow. Let's do it tonight. Let's do it tonight. Grab somebody sexy, tell them, hey, give me everything tonight. Give me everything tonight. Give me everything tonight. Give me everything.
Reach for the stars, and if you don't grab them, at least you fall on top of the world. Think about it, cause if you slip, I'm gonna fall on top of your girl. What I'm involved with is deeper than the Masons, baby, and it ain't no secret. My family's from Cuba, but I'm an American. I don't get money like secrets. Put it on my life, baby. I'll make it feel right, baby. Can't promise tomorrow, but I promise tonight, darling. Excuse me, and I might drink a little more than I should tonight. And I might take you home with me if I could tonight. And baby, I'ma make you feel so good tonight. Cause we might not get tomorrow.
Tonight, I want all
Red light, green light. Everybody take a shot. Red light, green light. Give me everything you got. Red light. Mr. 305, Flow Rider and Lunch Money. 3 Miami boys, you know what time it is.
Give me the green light. Cause I'm ready to go. Let's have a good time. Let's go. What you waiting for? You only got one life. One life. And we gon' live it up. So give me the green light. Give it to me. Cause I'm ready to go. Oh, 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 yeah, Cause I'm ready to go. Oh, 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 Give me the green light.
I got the green light, mommy, and you know what that means. We can do anything that you dream. I wanna make you ooh, hear you scream. And I practice what I preach, if you know what I mean. I'm about that, mommy. Yeah, I got the key and I'ma lock that, mommy. Yeah, we can roll and I'ma rock that, mommy. I do what I say and say what I mean. Now let me jump in between. I'm getting loose in this thing, like OJ the juice in this thing. Feeling like left eye, boy, I burn the roof in this thing. I got all the women getting naked, feeling like Luke in this thing. Think it's a game. Now I got the green lit and the green right. All I need is mommy for you to give me the green light, so I can run through it like an easy pass. Find a G-spot and step on the gas.
Give me the green light. Cause I'm ready to go. Let's have a good time. Let's go. What you waiting for? You only got one life. One life. And we gon' live it up. So give me the green light. Give it to me. Cause I'm ready to go. Oh, 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 Cause I'm ready to go. Oh, oh, oh,
Ride on now.
Give me the green light.
Baby, I got the Midas, I'm Flow Rider. You know I'm all about that thing. If she ready, then I'm ready. Pull up on her with the Chevy. Real talk when the light turn green. Give me what I asked for. I got a passport. Mr. International, I hit the airport. If you knew the kind of work that I transport, that Rihanna do me dirt to the crash course. I like the cleanest, greenest, leanest, Serena Venus, flow of genius, smoking Venus. You never seen this. I have a dream this. That 200 on the dash got me fiending. So I'm tryna ride out, slide out, rally strikes, 500 vibe out, wild out, shout out, beehive in the honeycomb hide out. Hey.
Give me the green light. Cause I'm ready to go. Let's have a good time. What you waiting for? You only got one life. And we gon' live it up. So give me the green light. Cause I'm ready to go. Oh, 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 Cause I'm ready to go. Oh, 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 Give me the green light.
Red light, green light. Everybody take a shot. Red light, green light. Give me everything you got. Red light, green light. Everybody take a shot. Red light, green light.
What you waiting for? Give me the green light. Cause I'm ready to go. Let's have a good time. What you waiting for? You only got one life. And we gon' live it up. So give me the green light. Cause I'm ready to go. Oh, 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 Cause I'm ready to go.
All right, we're coming in on the 2-minute, well, if you're in football, it'll be the 2-minute warning.
And surprisingly, we have no takers on the challenge to spell our last names.
Unfortunately.
At this point, we may open it up to mid-state skaters, and we're not sure they'll do it right either. But if you think you can spell both Shabilsky and Biotish, please report to the announcer's table.
But don't step on the track.
Yeah, don't
And
step
look
on the
at
track.
Sarah Van Driel. Princess Leia is running the pizza. That is the pizza towel of Awesome that is drying the track. And we're about a minute and a half until the second half of the final game of Uff Da Palooza 2018.
I wonder if Amanda can spell our names.
I know Amanda can spell
Come here,
her names.
Amanda.
Hey, Amanda, how are you?
Amanda. Come here, Amanda.
Amanda is one of the co-chairs of the Uff Da Palooza committee. Amanda and Lollipop have both done a fantastic job at organizing Uff Da Palooza 2018. If you can hear the sound of our voice, cheer for Amanda and Lollipop.
Yeah, buddy.
Cheer more.
No, cheer louder. There's not many of you.
All right. We're turning this music down, and we're going to get the second half started here.
Well, they haven't kicked us off the microphones yet.
No, they really haven't. And we're looking at Cedar Valley and South Shore here. And if I could do better math, I would tell you the penalties. There's 1, 2, 3.
However, actually, penalty situations looking pretty good for both teams. Only Cedar Valley has one skater with 5 penalties. Everybody else is looking at like 3 or under, so that's cool.
Awesome sauce. All right, 10 seconds until we start the second half of the final game of Uff Da Palooza. And period 2 has started with Pixie Pop, number 515 on the jammer line for Cedar Valley, and number 007, Shannon, as the South Shore jammer. Shannon Ball. And now we have Pixie Pop out of the pack coming around for her scoring pass with 007 quick on her heels.
We have an attempt in our last name spelling competition, but she won't do it on the microphone. She will only do it by writing.
All right, and we have that jam ending.
You only have to spell Biotish and Shabilsky.
And lining up for Cedar Valley Roller Derby is number 14, Shwing, against 555, Helter Skelter. 5 seconds. All right. Heather Skelter was hit out by Cedar Valley and is drawn back. We have number 14, Schwing, coming up against a 4-wall of South Shore blockers. Heather Skelter is being drawn back. Coming up. And juking her way through and going up the middle. Schwing has made her way out of the pack and is your lead jammer with Heather Skelter on her heels coming over on turn 4.
And as of right now, we are still looking for a competitor in our Spell the Polish Last Names competition.
She got it half right.
Well, she got yours right.
That's right.
Mine, she
It's
got
more important
one
than my
letter
name's
correct.
right. Teasing. I'm teasing. Shabelsky's just as important.
Okay, Shabilsky is awesome.
All right, up next we have number 81, Killer Tofu from South Shore, with 777, Rach Against the Machine, jamming for Cedar Valley. All right. And South Shore's jammer has a track cut and is coming into the penalty box. Killer Tofu will sit for 30 seconds. As Cedar Valley's Rage Against the Machine is being drawn back into the pack to try to make her initial pass. Cedar Valley's blocker is coming off the bench penalty box as another is going to the penalty box. Rage Against the Machine is out, but she is not your lead jammer. This will be a full 2-minute jam for Cedar Valley and South Shore.
And those are exhausting.
You know how exhausting they are?
Many exhaustings.
So many exhaustings.
Like on a scale of 1 to 3 exhaustings, how many exhaustings is a 2-minute jam?
800.
That's a lot.
That's my favorite exaggeration number is 800.
So apparently, our esteemed teammate, Star Slammer, can spell your name, but not mine.
I see your name spelled right here.
That was me.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, this is not right. It's supposed to be P-R. No, that is right. P-R-Z-Y-B-Y-L-S-K-I.
Yeah, this is all she wrote. P-B.
Whatever. And Belsky. And back to the derby action. Rach is coming in No lead jammer is established. 19 seconds left in the jam. Both jammers fighting through to get points. South Shore fighting up against the 3 low blockers from Cedar Valley. Glen Coco and the pivot here pushing. Glen Coco going to the box. And Cedar Valley, it will be starting the next jam with 2 blockers in the penalty box. We have Pixie Pop, number 515, coming up to the jammer line for Cedar Valley with number 3, Tiosaurus Rex for South Shore.
High five.
High five. All right, official review. Official talking? All right, let's talk more about WIFTA, WFTD.
Yeah.
These Continental Cups coming up August 17th through the 19th in Kalamazoo, Michigan, hosted by the Kalamazoo Derby Darlings.
Which I would say more about, except I think they're getting back to Derby here.
Oh, okay.
Are they?
Because otherwise you can go to Omaha in August 24th,
Right. Oh, maybe they're not. Nope, they
hosted
are.
by the Omaha Roller Girls. And we have our 5-second Pixie Pop, number 515 on the jammer line, along with 3, Tinosaurus Rex. What was that?
Nothing to share.
Nothing to talk about.
All right. Pixie Pop is out as your lead jammer. Tinosaurus Rex fighting up against number 30 and number 90 and number 15 from Cedar Valley. Pixie Pop fighting up, coming through up to a trap and through the blockers there. And Cedar Valley has called off the jam.
Before any points can be scored by her opponent, which is a wise choice.
I have to say, Uff Da Palooza is an amazing weekend, and it couldn't be possible without all the amazing teams, refs, officials, and volunteers, NSOs, vendors, food vendors, parks department,
The Parks Department, like spectators,
and our co-chairs, Lolly and Amanda.
and the thunder outside.
Thunder. All right, number 1 for
Lightning
Schwing
and
jamming for Cedar Valley.
thunder.
007, Shannon Ball coming up behind. Both jammers stuck behind the pack. Pivot is out of the box. Heather Skelter for South Shore. And EAD has drawn back the South Shore jammer. There is some fighting up there. Both jammers trying to fight through to get lead. And number 1 for Schwing
Swing.
is your lead jammer. 007, Shannon is all right on her tail. And the jam is called off. We have Cedar Valley at 135, South Shore at 92. 23 minutes left in the second period of the last game of Uff Da Palooza 2018.
And in the next jam, we have number 777, Rage Against the Machine, going up against
1024, El Capitan.
El Capitan.
We like to say all the names.
Sí, señor.
They're fun.
Sí, señor.
I'm a
A
senora.
mí me encanta
I am a
hablar en
señora.
español. Quisiera hablar solamente en español.
And 777, Rage Against the Machine is your lead jammer. Followed closely behind by 1024, El Capitan.
Estoy de acuerdo con esta muchacha bonita conmigo, sí.
Eh?
Estoy hablando solamente en español.
I only took 3 years of Spanish, and my teacher was here today.
Oh,
Senor Hoover was here to watch our team.
qué bueno.
Yeah.
Sí.
All right. 81, Killer Tofu lining up for South Shore, and
Number 151, Pixie Pop.
515.
515. Dude, numbers are hard.
Pixie Pop is up there.
I had the name right.
And we have your lead jammer. 8-1 is your lead jammer coming in on a power jam as Cedar Valley's jammer has gone to the box. South Shore blocker also going to the box. Killer Tofu fighting her way through a line of blockers. No pack has been called. Killer Tofu is out as your lead jammer.
42-point jam, and that is, as roller derby metrics go, pretty close. So, stick around.
And Pixie Pop is back on the track. We have one blocker from each team in the penalty box. And Killer Tofu coming around, followed closely by Pixie Pop, and she calls off the jam.
Quite wisely so, might I say.
I don't know. I'm just looking around at this fabulousness.
And the hats we're wearing.
I do like the hats we're wearing. They're pretty awesome.
Thanks, Michelle.
Thanks, Anita. We like our hats. They're going to be sweaty, I'm not going to lie.
Sorry. Oh, the trivia hats.
Trivia. All right.
Yeah.
Number 3 lined up for South Shore against. Oh, it's a power jam? No.
No, it was number 3 against number 14.
Yeah, Tinosaurus Rex
Swing.
against Shwing. Number 1 for Shwing is your lead jammer.
But not by much.
We have South Shore Jammer coming up hot on the back there, and we have 2 for Cedar Valley and 2 for South Shore. Squeaking by those sneaky points.
That was essentially a 1-point jam.
Sneaky points.
Sneaky points.
That's right. You sneak them in. I know, right?
So many bad jokes.
Nobody's here to really listen to our jokes. They're
No,
just watching the game.
But we're on the stream.
yeah,
So.
we are. Are we really?
Yeah.
Oh. All right, 789 H-Face Killer. Taking on 777.
Rage Against the Machine.
Do what you tell me.
I won't do what you tell me.
I wish we had that song to play.
I love that song.
All right. H-Face Killer is your lead jammer. Rage Against the Machine is making her way past the South Shore blocker, 314. And she's
out at the front.
And Rage Against the Machine is now on a power jam. H-Face Killer is making her way to the box, where 2 of her blockers are being ready to be released out onto the track. And we have blockers waiting. And Rage is coming around the corner.
And this could be an opportunity for South Shore to make up a little ground.
Actually, Cedar Valley's on the power jam.
Crap.
So just flip it, twist it.
Crap.
You're fine.
Crap.
Turn my thing down, flip it, and reverse it.
Flip it and reverse it.
All right. South Shore's Jammer is back on the track. H-Face Killer making her way through. Being held back by CVRD number 3. And she is through. This jam will go to full completion of 2 minutes. And we have a pile of South Shore trying to get up, get back on the track. H-Face Killer being held back and coming through on the inside. Nice 180 pass there. Rage is coming up. Pushing through, and both jammers are now in the pack. And we end the jam with South Shore's Jammer going to the penalty box.
At the very last second.
I have a pen. Official review. 2, 3, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 21, 22. And official review. And since we had a penalty, just to give an update, both teams are very equal with penalties this evening. Cedar Valley having 24 penalties and South Shore at 25. So, equal-ish by 1.
Yes.
But still, in the second period, halfway through, those are still low penalties.
Yeah. No one has left the game.
They're playing smart and strategic roller derby and avoiding those penalties.
Which is good.
We have Pixie Pop starting on a power jam here. Glenn Coco and EAD staying back there. We have a Cedar Valley blocker going to the box. Pixie Pop is your lead jammer. Pixie Pop's coming through. Pixie Pop has made her way through the pack for a grand slam. Boo! Boo! We now have 2 blockers in the box for Cedar Valley. And Pixie Pop fighting her way through. And Pixie Pop is your lead jammer. Pushing through. Their pivot is out of the box for Cedar Valley. We have 1 blocker in the box for Cedar Valley and another one heading to it. And some wonderful, played by Frisky Business, number 05. Risky Frisness, I'm sorry.
Dude, words are hard.
We have so many interesting ways that we create our derby names that I always think of the real way and then I forget about the other way.
You know, as a blocker, sometimes close enough is good enough.
There we go. And we have a successful panty pass. We have number 1031, Spooky Smackhouse, taking the star.
Or, as Lolly would say,
The hat.
pass. She passed the hat.
There are such many wonderful names to call the helmet covers in roller derby. Panty being the favorite, and hat being the other, at least in our league.
Well, that's just Lolly. You can pass the panty, or you can pass the hat.
I'm all about passing the panty if I need to.
Same. Well, I don't jam, but same.
Jam-a-lamma ding-dong. All right, we have 555 Heather Skelter at South Shore and Shawig jamming. Heather Skelter is out of the pack first and is your lead jammer from South Shore.
Like a boss.
Like a South Shore boss.
Right.
Schwing is still fighting her way through. And we have
We'll head
number
out
555 from South Shore heading to the penalty box. Cedar Valley
a track cut.
on a track cut. Cedar Valley is on a power jam.
It happens.
Yes. Schwing is making her way through the pack. And we need some towels out on the track. Towels out on the track.
should know how to make love to something innocent without leaving my fingerprints out. Now, LOVE is just another word I never learned to pronounce. How do I say I'm sorry 'cause the word is never gonna come out?
We are on an official timeout, and I will turn the music on.
It's just another word I'll never learn to pronounce.
So I don't know if you've noticed, but it is a little warm and humid.
You are totally kidding me. It is not warm in here. What planet are you on right now?
Okay. So when a skater who has been exerting
Hold the
themselves,
mic up. Hold the mic up.
when a skater has been exerting themselves for a few minutes or hours, and they fall, sometimes they leave what we can say is like a sweat.
I think I should know.
So we're trying to get this stuff cleared up so that we can safely skate for the remainder of the tournament.
And our jam timer is official reviewing like a boss. Christine! We love you.
Do I say I'm sorry 'cause the word is never gonna come out? Now, LOVE is just another word I'll never learn to pronounce.
We are looking at an overall score of Cedar Valley 173 to South Shore 128, which in the greater context of roller derby is not a large amount of points.
That is true. And we have 13 minutes and 40 seconds left in gameplay time for the last game of Uff Da Palooza 2018.
Which, 30 minutes in regular time is like 12 years in roller derby time.
Or if you play football and it takes hours.
Get it,
Oh my God.
Tamale.
So good thing we're not announcing football.
We can't quit the
Because,
super freaks,
yeah.
no Illuminati.
We have to look better to be on TV.
Hit the booze, we on you.
say that, but yeah,
Nothing to
that's
lose,
true.
so let it loose, 'cause the sheep don't
Yeah?
sleep like pop, 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 pop.
Drop low to the L-O. V-E gotta get mo. So clap your hands, clap your hands.
Got nothing but love to give.
Turned up, you don't hear me though. Here's a love for your stereo. So clap your hands.
All right, that is the end of the official timeout. And we are going to turn the music down and get back
The
to some
track
roller
is
derby
no
action.
longer moist.
We have 515 Pixie Pop on the jammer line for Cedar Valley. And we have 555's Heather Skelter waiting to get out onto the track from her penalty timing. Pixie Pop is out and is your lead jammer. Heather Skelter is out of the box.
Heather Skelter's back out in front.
And Pixie Pop calls off the jam. Cedar Valley pulling up to 180 with South Shore at 128. Lining up, we have number 3, Tinosaurus Rex, going up again, Rage Against the Machine, number 777. Woo. Oh. And we have number 777, Rage Against the Machine, going into the box, leaving South Shore with a power jam, and Tinosaurus Rex as the lead jammer. Cedar Valley's Pivot has been released from the penalty box and is coming up to her teammates as we have a South Shore blocker going to the box. South Shore's teammate is coming to the box. Tinosaurus Rex pushing her way through. with a grand slam for South Shore. Their jammer's standing. Are you okay? I know that. And Rage Against the Machine is back on the track. South Shore getting up to 141 in that jam. What? Five seconds. Number 515, Pixie Pop, going up against 007 Shannon Ball, and Pixie Pop is coming out through the pack as your lead jammer. 007 pushing her way through and is out. I love to see all the devotion here in roller derby. We are here late on a Sunday night, working our hardest to bring this sport to Central Wisconsin, as well as giving teams the opportunity to play in 3 sanctioned games. We hope everybody has been enjoying their weekend here at Uff Da Palooza, and we hope to see you again next year. TBD on that date and weekend. We are at 9 minutes and 52 seconds in regulation play here.
We are sitting at a score of Cedar Valley 188 to South Shore 145.
It is still a close game. And we are at 5 seconds. Rage Against the Machine coming up against number 81, which is our Killer Tofu. We have a blocker from Cedar Valley going into the penalty box. Killer Tofu is out as your lead jammer. Rage Against the Machine is following closely behind.
Close behind. Calling it off as she falls to the ground.
That is an aerial call-off. Is that what we can call that, an aerial call-off? I don't know.
If it had a name, I don't know.
We should just make up names for things. I think we would be good at it.
Yes.
Right?
You and me. We're here.
We're here to make up names for things.
Aerial call-off. That's that.
All right. Number 3, Tinosaurus Rex going up again. Number 14, Shawing. And she took that outside line and made it around. We have some jammer. Schwing is your lead jammer. Number 14, Tinosaurus Rex coming up. And no points scored on that jam by either jammer. Number 3, right here. It's on your sheet, dude. All right, it's right here. Sorry. 007 is up on the jammer line for South Shore against number 515, Pixie Pop. Pixie Pop is your lead jammer. Grand slam for Pixie Pop. Double 07 coming around. We have 7 minutes left in regulation play here.
And we're looking at 178 for Cedar Valley to 148.
197, not
No.
178.
Fuck.
You should
that's hard.
probably get your prescription checked.
Numbers are hard.
Mid-State Merchandise is shutting down quickly after the game. Buy now. Current skaters, refs, NSOs, if you want something, stop on. Buy on your way back to the locker room. Love your merchandise, Queen from Mid-State, Spunky Nugget. We really do have amazing
If
merch.
you want a shirt, go buy it now.
Buy the merch, buy the beer. I don't think we have anything else for sale right now.
Mostly just merch or beer.
All right, lining up, we have number 3 from South Shore, which is Tinosaurus Rex, going up against, I can't see. Oh.
Pixie Pop.
We have 5 minutes and 40 seconds left in regulation play. Both jammers fighting their way through the pack. South Shore is your lead jammer. Tinosaurus Rex coming around turn 3 and turn 4.
Pixie
And
Pop out
Pixie Pop
shortly
is
behind
through.
her.
And South Shore's jammer is going to the penalty box, which leaves Cedar Valley with a power
And
jam.
an opportunity to solidify their lead.
This will go for a full 2 minutes, folks. Be prepared.
2-minute jam.
This is the jam that never ends.
Yes, it goes on and on, my friend.
I
Some
know.
people
Started jamming it, not knowing what it was, and they'll continue jamming it until the ref
just
calls it
because
off.
There's no one that never ends.
All right. All right, we have both jammers back in action on the track. Neither are lead, and they will go the full 2 minutes. Tinosaurus Rex making her way back to the penalty box. There is no lead in this jam.
Even if they wanted to, they could not
They can't.
call it off.
Now we're singing. It's really entertaining.
Two Polacks with
She's fighting.
microphones.
And Pixie is on her way through. Cedar Valley has broken the 200 mark. Both jammers are now back on the track with 3 seconds left in the jam. All right. We have 4 teams remaining here, and if I didn't call it, we have South Shore and Cedar Valley, of course. Mid-State Sisters is skating in the back, and Thunder Bay from Canada still in the house.
Yeah.
They have a long drive, so I'm sure they're waiting till tomorrow to do it.
I see them over there being awesome.
And the jam has started. 007 coming in on the back.
And we had number 777, which is Rage Against the Machine.
South Shore has a blocker going to the box. And Rage Against the Machine has made her way out of the pack and is your lead jammer.
Lead Jammer.
Lead jammer. And now South Shore has 007 out. Rach fighting her way through.
Ooh, sneaks out on the outside.
Shannon is making her way through. 007 trying to get through that last corner. Awarded 4 points to that pass. South Shore's pivot is making her way to the box.
As his Circle City blocker.
Rage Against the Machine is your lead jammer and has the ability to call it off. South Shore has a blocker going to the box. And will return to the track as the penalty box is full for South Shore blockers.
And she's going to try to get her points. And not call off the jam.
And now we'll return there. They have another pivot standing. 21 seconds left in play. Bruce Lee is your South Shore jammer with Rage Against the Machine being up for Cedar Valley. The 4-4 Bruce Lee coming through from South Shore. And the jam is called off. We are at Cedar Valley 252, South Shore 162. With 1 minute and 6 seconds left in regulation play. I want to thank everyone who is still in this building. Uff Da Palooza 2018 is still happening until another minute. Thank you all for being here.
1 more minute.
And if you're here, come down to the track at the end to cheer on these two teams as they finish their final plays. 515 Pixie Pop is jamming for Cedar Valley.
Against 8-1 Killer Tofu.
Killer Tofu is out as your lead jammer. Pixie Pop is hot on her heels. Pixie Pop is coming up on a scoring pass. We have number 15 EAD coming in to play some offense to help out her jammer. Meanwhile, Killer Tofu has made her way through and has called off the jam. Nope, not yet. That was a fake out, I'm sorry.
Last jam. No.
I don't know. It could be.
Looks like this one's going to go to the full 2 minutes.
Well, yeah. Killer Tofu's lead. And she is going to rack up all the points she can.
Like you do.
To everyone here in this building, you are looking in the final 30 seconds of Uff Da Palooza 2018. Killer Tofu is still making her way through.
Looks like we're losing a blocker to the penalty box.
Killer Tofu coming in, 13 seconds left. Pixie Pop pushing her way through. And we are in the last 3 seconds.
And that is the conclusion of Uff Da Palooza.
We have
number
Cedar Valley at
018.
268, South Shore at 182 for your unofficial final score. I want to thank every single ref, NSO, volunteer, medical staff, skater, spectator, Parks and Rec department, and anybody else I may have forgotten for staying here until the final jam of the final game of Uff Da Palooza 2018.
I would like to thank you.
I want to thank you too.
You.
Yeah.
You may leave.
And we're going to open that door now. Wait a minute, is that okay?
Bye, Tracy.
All right, come out and shake your skaters' hands. Thank you, South Shore Roller Girls, and to Cedar Valley Roller Derby for being our final game of Uff Da Palooza.